Hello and welcome everyone to Gold Asset of the Day for the 21st of April 2020, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So first of all, what do you need to know as we go into a new week here? We have seen historic moves across the commodity markets this week, with of course oil prices going sub-zero. And this has had a very interesting impact on certainly the precious metals over the last 24 hours. In fact, if you haven't done so already, go back and watch the week ahead commodity report that we put out just yesterday. This has covered this in a lot of detail as well. So with gold, we continue to hold a sell short position. Now, let me just run you through that in terms of our positioning over the latest week and what we're looking to capitalize on at the moment. So last week, as you mentioned, we remained long on gold. We continued to hold that position until we had the breakout at to 1,739 US dollars per ounce. We banked at that level 1,500 points. This was about $5 away from the absolute top last week on gold. We subsequently reversed position later on in the week at $1,714 per ounce. Now, as I discuss it at the moment, gold is actually broken down to 1,661 US dollars, which puts our trade up over 630 points at the moment, the sell short. So we've effectively reversed position last week where we saw the exhaustive move that we've been waiting for. We discussed this with you last week on Gold Asset of the Day, and we subsequently reversed position. Now, a key market to keep an eye on right now is the dollar index, which is typically very strong towards the end of April and as we move into May. As we've discussed before, the narrative typically as we go into May is sell in May and go away, and this provides basically a lot of downward pressure for commodities. That saying has come about as a result of a very strong dollar that we often see going into May. Commodities do get impacted as a result, and we see these huge sell-offs. So we've mentioned it before, but right now is an absolutely perfect time to learn a research-driven approach to the markets. Again, if you're not making money in the markets at the moment, you absolutely should be. There's been crystal clear opportunities to take advantage of over the course of the last few days. Just a few of our positions right now include the sell short on copper, include the sell short on gold, long positions that we've got on the dollar index. We've also capitalized on a breakout here on natural gas. And of course, we've seen the biggest one-day move ever to the downside with crude oil yesterday, which is now seeing overall commodities sell off as many traders are starting to get margin called within their portfolios. They're selling their profitable positions within precious metals, which includes gold, silver, platinum, palladium. The dollar index is catching a bid, which is exactly what you should anticipate from a cycle point of view at the moment. So again, if you are currently still on lockdown, if you're currently in quarantine, there's never been a better time to utilize your available free time than to really study, learn a research-driven approach to the markets, have a recession-proof way to generate high income fast. And what we're absolutely seeing is very fast profits in the market at the moment, like we've never seen before. Unprecedented moves here that we've seen in the oil market. But not only that, as we mentioned before, we've banked over 3,500 points in gold in just 1 month here. It's been incredible. We've seen a very significant sell-off in palladium today, 10% move to the downside. We're seeing silver break back below $15 per ounce here. And we've also seen gold tumble after breaking out to 7.5-year highs last week at 1,744 US dollars per ounce. It's now broken down to $1,660. So with all of that said, what are we looking at next for gold? Well, essentially the next levels I'm looking at would be 1650. I'm targeting this level to take a bit more profit off the table, but I'm keeping my sell short running here. If we have caught the top of the gold market, which was 1,700 and approximately 44 US dollars per ounce last week, and our sell short, again, we didn't catch the absolute top in terms of selling at that level. We banked profits at $1,739 here for 1,500 points on our second position, but we reversed position and sold short at $1,714. That position is accelerating fast in profit here. So we're up over 600 points on our sell short. So what I'm looking at is more downside on gold here, ideally, for our sell short position effectively. So I'm looking at 1650. If we take out 1650, this opens up the door down to 1630 and 1600 below that. Now, as always, we protect our trade. So therefore, if we were to see a sudden breakout later on in the week, if we get any emergency QE from the Federal Reserve, or if we see interest rate cuts from the Fed and so forth, this is where gold can immediately catch a bid. So we protect our trades, we bank as the position is moving in our favor, but we keep some exposure as well. So this is a great way to trade and capitalize on the fast volatility at the moment, making sure that you're nimble, that you're savvy, that you're locking in profits regularly. Now, something I'll discuss in more detail with silver is the gold-silver ratio. That has broken out now all the way above the 113 level. So we're effectively at 2-week highs on the gold to silver ratio. This is bearish for silver and gold. Gold has now broken down to 10-day lows at the moment. So this is also, of course, following through now. The gold silver ratio, as I've mentioned before, if it breaks out to the upside as we're seeing right now, it puts pressure on gold and silver. Not only that, as traders have been liquidating their positions in oil, this also creates margin call situations where traders, they bank their profitable positions across the metals on gold, silver, platinum and palladium, which have all had big moves here over the month of March and also April. But now we're coming to that typical corrective time of year at the end of April and as we move into May here. Also, hedge funds and money managers, they have increased their sell shorts slightly on gold, silver and platinum in the latest week, and I'd be mindful of that and keep an eye on that data. If we continue to see funds increase their sell shorts in the coming weeks here, this is where we could really start to see more acceleration to the downside with the metals here. Now, again, it's not always a popular view to be selling short gold. We're not saying longer term that gold prices are definitely going to go down, but it makes no sense for you to hold a position on gold, go through a big drawdown where you could have just banked at the top, reverse position, made fast profits on the way down as well. Then you can always buy back lower, right? This is the great thing about trading versus investing, that you're flexible, you're nimble in the markets, you can make profits on a regular basis, and particularly right now, you can make profits fast. So again, if you would like to learn a research-driven approach to the markets, there is an opportunity for you to do so. Just click on the link below this video to find out more details about that. And of course, I wish you good trading.